Okay, at the request of some friends, we're making a video of our underground doghouse. I'm sitting in the pit here, and we'll take a look at how we did it and try to keep it as cheap as possible. So here is the pit. You can kind of see it's rather large. Let's see, it's about, crappy camera here, 3 feet deep. We've got the corners tubbed up so that it drains like a shower. It's got about a 10-inch depression in the middle. We'll eventually fill this with sand and gravel so it doesn't hold any water or liquid. We've got a step that goes up and out towards the exit there. You can kind of see the little tunnel we dug. So they can hop up there, make an escape out this little tunnel here, and out to freedom. So there is the framework of our masterpiece, and ideally this would be plenty cool in the summer and plenty warm in the winter, and we won't have to take our dogs in and out of the house all the time. This lovely lady here is due to have babies. You can see them right there. She's due in about 3 days. Come here, sweetie. She's due to be popping out some kids in 3 days, so we are on a deadline to get this thing in the ground and get her in a safe spot where she can produce her young. So there's the father. Franker, come here. This is Frankie. He's a very happy boy. So we'll go take a look at the tank. We decided to stick with a ordinary food storage container. You can kind of see the shell there. We took the liquid out of the bottom, cleaned it out, and this is the leftover cage. Over here is the tank that was inside of it. It is highly recommended that you do not use a tank that had any kind of toxic chemical. Thankfully, this one only had a food grade adhesive, which is not toxic. So we chose this because it already has a built-in valve, a drain valve. This is actually upside down right now. We're going to use that for ventilation. And you can see on the front here, we're looking inside now at the top of it. We've drilled a bunch of holes. We're going to use the lid and those holes as a drain plane. So hopefully any puppy pee or any rainwater or anything will drain straight out through the bottom. And I'll pan out here. You can see the entrance where the dogs will go in. And it took a little while to clean this guy out, but it should be ready to go soon. Kind of see in there. It should offer some light so it won't be dark all the time, since it's kind of a translucent white color. So should be good for them so they can see. And up here will soon be a trap door in case of emergencies. Hasn't been installed yet, but we're almost there. So we'll go ahead and take this, and we're going to go ahead and stick it in the ground and get her filled up with sand and gravel, and hopefully get these guys to safety here in the next day or two. Okay, phase 1 is nearly complete. We're actually inside the Pooch Palace right now. That's what Amy calls it. And you can see we've gone ahead and added all the sand. Try to zoom in here. We put 2 bags of sand in the bottom of this, and it's kind of filled in the holes. You can kind of see through here. And we put 2 inches of gravel over that. And I thought I would point out, we kept the bottom of this container intact to kind of keep it from being too flimsy, and the gravel kind of helps it stay in place. It's pretty cool, pretty big in here. You can kind of see how bright it is. And here's the step, and here is the entrance. You can kind of see out there, get an idea of what these guys are going to be living in. Had a little cave-in problem. We dug our hole a little too big. You can see out here we're having to fill in that space right there. But This was obviously caving in, so we dug a little trench, took a stone from our sidewalk out here, stuck it in there. It's nice and solid, not going to go anywhere. But obviously we got our trap door. You can kind of see it right there. Not very big, not very easy to crawl through yet. We didn't want to make it too big. So anyway, there's that. And step 2 will be obviously adding cedar chips in here to make it soft, make it warm, make it dry. And we're going to go ahead and take more of these guys here, and we're going to line this tunnel with stones on either side, and try to make a roof of some sort. So it's kind of like a stone tunnel that we can cover with grass. It doesn't become an eyesore, you know. You won't see it, and it won't cave in. So that will be part of phase 2. And if I can squeeze out here, there's Frankie making his own hole. You can kind of see what we've done here. The tank is in the ground, and the walkway is made. And hi, buddy. And Kyle is almost too fat to fit through this thing. But if I can crawl out here and show you from a distance what it looks like. Oh, mama. Here we go. Here is the rough result. You can kind of see what we've done. The design of the walkway, it's not complete yet, but it should keep water from running back into the hole. This will obviously kind of follow the grade and slope out a little bit. And there goes Frankie. He's inspecting the quality here. And we've gone ahead and added some sand around the edges to kind of help set this whole thing and keep it still. We'll obviously fill in with dirt. You can see the air hole over there. And it's got a valve here. Definitely don't want to close that. But anyway, nothing too fancy. I think the container cost 20 bucks. We were lucky enough to find it for that cheap. They usually run a little more than that. Sand and gravel is probably $7 or $8. So a lot of people have asked us why we're doing it, and we're just tired of taking our dogs in and out during the winter and during the hot months. And so hopefully this will be a cheap and long-lasting solution that's not going to rot, or it's not something they can chew, or you know, you do want to pick materials that dogs can't chew or things that won't rot. So that's why we've been using stone and plastic. But anyway, 30 bucks, not too bad. We're going to get phase 2 in motion here, finish the tunnel, and hopefully get this thing set up. So stay tuned.